And we are back at Up North at 4. Today we have a special treat, some cooking and a kitchen thing going on with Chef Tom. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We are wrapping up the year, right?
We are.
So we are kind of going to do something to go ahead for the new year, right?
Right.
Ooh. So what this is called the shrimp
a la nage.
A la nage. Okay, looks really delicious. So good.
Smells phenomenal
and
too. I know you guys
really
can't smell this, but whew, it smells amazing.
And so this is kind of some like a, would you say lower calorie like meal?
No, this is not low calorie.
Not this time around.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get started with this. I'm going to add in some whole butter. And then I'm going to add in some scallions with this butter.
Okay.
So we're just going to saute. This basically is a shrimp and scallion pasta dish. We're going to add in a little garlic to our dish as well.
Do the garlic.
Yeah, I smell it.
And then basically what we do is, this is a really simple dish if you want to entertain your guest or your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Something very simple that's not overwhelming. So a lot of people get very overwhelmed with New Year's stuff and lobster and shrimp and everything else, and you don't even have time to spend with your guests.
Right.
This thing is very easy to work with. We're just going to, like I said, we're not going to saute the garlic very long. We don't want to brown it. We're going to add our shrimp. And we're just going to cook our shrimp down in here.
Okay.
And we just want to take this a little way. So basically, once your shrimp starts to turn like an orange-ish color, you're nearing the end of it. So what I want to do is I want to take this just far enough where you can actually see right here.
Oh, yeah.
It's just turn a little orange. And basically, once we get this to a level, I'm just going to take this little salt and pepper in here and just season as we go, but just a little bit. I don't like to season too much in the beginning because you're going to reduce this down. So you're going to enhance the flavors of this dish. Luckily enough, I made this dish for the staff at the deli today, and they're like, oh my gosh, will you make this for me later? And I'm like, absolutely. I said, well, for this afternoon, we're going to make it on Channel 12.
So we have 10 minutes to make this, but in general, for a viewer, how long would it take approximately to just make everything from scratch?
Dish, right?
If you can do, this is what we call mise en place.
Okay.
So if you're already set to go and you're in your house, the only thing that would take you a little bit longer would be to reduce down your cream. But I've already done that.
Okay.
I took one step ahead just to make it TV friendly.
So it's a lot quicker, yeah.
It's a lot quicker for us. But I mean, essentially, if you have your mise en place all set up, this is a very easy dish to do, and you can actually make this ahead of time and have your pasta made ahead of time, as I've done that. And when you bring your guests over, you can have a little bit of bubbly and some friendship and some gathering and enjoy yourself a little bit.
For New Year's.
I mean, what I try to do is, I've told people in the past, I try to get people as guests to my house. I give them a task. Okay. Because we all want to be together in the kitchen. Right. Because that's the most popular place.
Want to be a part of it.
Exactly. So I would have somebody chop up the scallions or chop the garlic or have whatever already having to go for them to make it, because
more efficient.
As you be more connected to the dish, I just think it's more special.
Everyone gets connected together.
So we're doing pretty good here. You know? The shrimp is coming along.
Oh, I see that. Yeah,
we're going to add a little Prosecco to the dish. Adds a little deglaze.
Not too much though, right?
Nope.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And we can add the rest of the glasses for a little cheers.
Little cheers.
Little cheers.
It's Friday night, right?
Friday night.
Technically 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Wow.
Not here, not yet.
So as you can see, the shrimp is really coloring up nicely, and it's got a great texture. Wow. And I don't want to take this too far because shrimp and scallions, scallops get a little to the tooth, so you can do this with anything. If you want to do this with lobster tail or scallops or shrimp, as we're doing today, it's really a flexible dish. But
it looks pretty easy too, like
really
straightforward.
easy.
I would say almost this is a kind of good to prepare for someone who's like starting out to even learn.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is.
And,
it doesn't look so complicated.
As you can see, what I did at the deli prior to coming here is I just reduced this cream down because this would be the longest thing that you would have to do to create this dish.
Oh, right. So the cream, right?
Right.
The cream, yeah.
So basically, if you're going to add a heavy cream to this dish, the heavy cream is going to take you probably 7 to 10 minutes to pull this thing down because you really want to concentrate your flavors.
Okay.
So that's basically what we're doing is we're making all these flavors inside the pan. We want to incorporate them all. But the heavy cream in here now we're just going to let this kind of meld together. Once we bring this thing back up to temp, then we'll add our pasta. But we put in the Prosecco, or you could use a Sauvignon Blanc. You could do
change it up a little bit.
You could do whatever kind of white wine you have. And if you don't drink, you don't have to put a wine in here. You could put a little seafood stock in here as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little substitute for that.
We're kind of going to let it rest here a little bit, and we're going to be right back after this break.